When it comes to pleasing a woman in the bedroom, even the most experienced men with decades of love, life, and relationships behind them, can still find themselves missing the mark. That might surprise you. Because if you're a man in your 50s, 60s, or even 70s, you've been through enough to know that true intimacy isn't just about showing up and doing the thing. It's not about friction or performance. It's about emotional connection, patience, and all the subtle cues that many men have been taught to overlook. And nowhere is that more true than in oral sex, a space where good intentions often fall short of deep, lasting fulfillment. The truth is, many men, thoughtful, caring, well-meaning men, are still making simple but powerful mistakes that limit not only their partner's pleasure, but also their own experience of confidence and satisfaction. So today we're going to go deep, emotionally, psychologically, and practically, into how to go down on a woman the right way. You'll learn the 7 most common mistakes men make when it comes to oral intimacy, and how you can avoid them to become not just a better lover, but a more connected, confident, and cherished partner. Mistake 1. Rushing the process. Let's begin with something deceptively simple, but absolutely crucial. Mistake number 1 is rushing. And I don't just mean rushing during the act. I mean rushing the entire experience, skipping past emotional buildup, ignoring the slow burn of arousal, treating the act like a checkbox on a list. Most men are so eager to get to the good part, they miss the part that makes it good. But here's the truth that many women won't say out loud. Oral sex, when done right, is like a slow, sensual dance, not a race to the finish line. When you rush, you bypass the anticipation, the sacred, emotional tension that makes everything else more powerful. You override her body's natural rhythm. You forget that her desire doesn't start in the body, it starts in the mind. Her nervous system takes longer to relax. Her arousal builds like a wave, slowly, steadily, and deeply. So before you even think about heading down, start with presence. Kiss her like time doesn't exist. Stroke her skin like it matters. Whisper your desire, not just to have her, but to please her. Approach her with reverence, like you're lighting a fire, not flipping a light switch. Because when you do that, she won't just enjoy the experience, she'll surrender to it. Now this one might shock some men, because we've been taught that the clitoris is the holy grail of female pleasure. And biologically, yes, it is powerful. It holds more nerve endings than any other part of the human body. But here's what most men don't realize. Jumping straight to it is like jabbing someone's eye to say hello. It's too much, too soon. The clitoris is incredibly sensitive, and stimulation without buildup can feel jarring, even uncomfortable. For many women, this actually decreases pleasure and makes them want to pull away. So what should you do instead? You tease. You let her body ache for your touch before you deliver it. You start with feather-light kisses on her inner thighs, warm, rhythmic breathing over her pelvis, kisses near the clitoris, without touching it yet. You create longing, you create mystery, you let her yearn, and when you finally make contact, it won't just feel good. It will feel earned, magnetic, and unforgettable. Mistake 3. Too much or inconsistent pressure. Let's talk about technique. Mistake number 3 is using too much pressure, or the wrong kind. Now this comes from a good place. Men want to give pleasure. They think more pressure equals more pleasure. But a woman's most sensitive parts are not mechanical switches or speed settings. They're responsive, they need finesse, they need responsiveness, they need you to pay attention. Think about it this way. The clitoris isn't an ice cream cone to lick with reckless enthusiasm. It's more like a delicate instrument, one you play with sensitivity and care. Start soft. Use circular movements. Use the flat of your tongue, not the tip. Match your motion to her breath. And most importantly, watch how she responds. Is her breathing getting slower and deeper? Is she tilting her hips up toward you? Is she moaning softly or grabbing the sheets? These are signs that you're doing exactly what her body needs. But if she shifts away, flinches, or stiffens, that's not rejection, it's feedback. And a masterful lover adjusts, notices, and tunes in, not because he's perfect, but because he cares. Mistake 4. Forgetting her whole body is involved. Here's where most men go wrong, especially as they age and grow more goal-oriented. They treat oral sex like a mechanical job, focused only on one area, forgetting that a woman's pleasure is whole body, whole heart, whole experience. The truth is, her body doesn't just feel in one place. She feels everywhere. Her neck, her shoulders, her stomach, her breasts, these are all connected to her arousal. When you neglect her other erogenous zones, you're not just missing an opportunity, you're cutting off the emotional dimension of her experience. So here's how to fix it. Use your hands to gently stroke her thighs or cradle her hips. Kiss your way down from her chest to her navel. Make her feel surrounded, adored, and explored, not just touched. You're not performing a service. You're creating an atmosphere of safety, worship, and desire. And when she feels emotionally and physically desired, she won't just react, she'll melt. Mistake 5. Switching it up when she's close. Now let's talk about the mistake that breaks the moment, right when it's at its peak. Mistake number 5. Changing rhythm when she's about to climax. You found something that works. Her breath is ragged. Her body is trembling. She's right at the edge. And then you change the tempo, or try a new movement, or speed things up, thinking you'll push her over. Instead, she falls back down. And it's frustrating, not just for her, but for you. The key lesson? When you find what works, stay consistent. This isn't the time to experiment. This is the time to be her anchor. Hold the rhythm. Keep the pace. Let her ride the wave without interruption. That's when she'll reach a climax that isn't just physical, but emotional, vulnerable, and unforgettable. I've reached the maximum character limit for this response. Mistakes, not communicating before, during, or after. This one is subtle, but it makes all the difference. Mistake number 6 is not communicating. You see, so many men don't ask their partner what she likes. They're too unsure, too shy, or they're afraid that asking means they don't know what they're doing. But here's the truth. Being a great lover doesn't mean having all the answers. It means having the courage to ask the right questions. Because every woman is different. What works for one might feel awkward or uncomfortable for another. And the best way to know what she wants, just ask, do you like this? Would you show me what feels best? How can I make this even better for you? Some women will respond with words. Others will respond with the subtle language of their breath, their hips, their moans, or how they move toward or away from you. Your job is to pay attention, stay open, and never take feedback personally. And after it's all over, that's your moment to connect even deeper. Don't just roll over or grab your phone. Turn to her. Look her in the eyes and say something like, "What did you love the most? What would you like more of next time? That was beautiful. Thank you for trusting me." This isn't just about getting better at sex. It's about building emotional safety, a space where she can fully let go. That's what transforms technique into connection and good sex into something that feels sacred. Mistake 7. Skipping aftercare completely. Here we are, the final and perhaps most overlooked mistake, skipping the aftercare. Now, if you're thinking, what does that even mean? You're not alone. Most men were never taught about this. But here's what you need to know. For women, orgasm isn't just a release of tension, it's a release of emotion. It's vulnerable, it's powerful. It opens her up, mentally, physically, and spiritually. So what happens in the minutes after matters just as much as everything that led up to it. If you finish and then stand up, walk away, check your messages, or roll over without a word, she may feel abandoned, dismissed, closed off. But if you hold her, stroke her hair, whisper something kind, or simply breathe together in silence, you're telling her, "I'm here, I see you, I care about more than just the climax." That small gesture, it turns pleasure into intimacy, sex into trust, connection into love. And that, my friend, is something she will never forget. Now, if you're hearing all of this and thinking, "Damn, I've done all of these things," please know, you're not alone. In fact, you're in the majority. These mistakes are common, not because men don't care, but because no one ever taught us better. We live in a world where porn became the sex educator, where conversations around female pleasure are awkward at best and completely avoided at worst. But the fact that you're here, listening, learning, growing, that already puts you miles ahead of most men. Because what matters is not being perfect, it's being present, curious, willing. That's what separates the ordinary from the unforgettable. The deep truth, intimacy is emotional, not just physical. Let me leave you with something most people never say. Going down on a woman the right way isn't about tricks or tongue speed or fancy moves. It's about slowing down, being emotionally available, tuning into her energy, not just her body. It's about understanding that her pleasure is layered, emotional, psychological, and physical. And when she feels safe to let go, when she feels adored, when she knows you're not there just to do a job, but to truly connect with her, you give her something much deeper than an orgasm. You give her permission to feel, to trust, to open in ways that echo for days, maybe even years. And that kind of experience isn't something she'll compare. It's something she'll remember, with gratitude, affection, and craving. So if you found value in this video, if it made you think, made you reflect, or helped you understand your partner in a new way, I want to invite you to join this growing community of emotionally intelligent, self-aware men. Men who aren't chasing performance. Men who are chasing presence. Here, we talk about the real stuff. Human connection. Mature intimacy. Relationship psychology. What women actually want, but rarely get a chance to express. So hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell because we post content like this every single week. If this video supported you in any way, tap like so we can keep bringing more of it your way. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What part resonated most? Have you made one of these mistakes? Or is there something about female pleasure you'd love us to explore next? Drop your thoughts below. And remember this, it's never too late to grow, never too late to learn, and never too late to become the kind of man a woman treasures. I'll see you in the next one.